All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. Today we're going to be looking at the brand new Oukitel C50. Now, this device is pretty eclectic. It obviously looks like some other phones we already have out, but that's a compliment. That's a compliment. We're going to put it through its paces. This is the box that it comes in. As you can see here, it has a 6.8-inch HD Plus in-cell IPS touch display. It's 5G with octa-core processor, a 50 megapixel rear camera, and a 5 megapixel front camera. It has GPS, obviously, and it has a 5150 milliamp hour battery inside. So let's crack this open and let's see what they're talking about in this box. Shout out to all the people that support my channel and rock with me oh, that is beautiful. Okay, let's be clear. This is a beautiful looking phone right here. Shout out to all the people that rock with me and stay with me on this journey of phones that you probably wouldn't normally see in the US. But if you remember, my channel started with imports, pretty much. And it took off with imports, I'll say. And that's something that I'm proud of, that I could come so far in such a time. It's been almost 20 years, folks. Can you believe that? I've been on YouTube for almost 20 years. It's nuts. But here we are. And here's this beautiful phone, man. Oh, man. Gosh, this design is very familiar. Not the camera bumps to say it looks like an iPhone, because obviously I know that's what you're going to say first, but I'm talking about the design itself. Because if I bring in another phone real briefly, not trying to steal the shine, but here's TCL's phone. And as you can see here, this one is just a little bit wider, but it still has that texture back. And the TCL feels a little bit better, but this has that texture back. But it's the same elongated design, just a little bit wider, and that's pretty much it. Stay tuned for a follow-up on that device too, because those cameras are sick. So this is the Oukitel C50. You've got a fingerprint reader here, volume rocker, and I'm pretty sure that fingerprint reader doubles as, the power button doubles as a fingerprint reader. You've got your dual SIM, and you can also do an SD card and one SIM, and your SIM tray is up there. So let's power on here. I really wish companies would make smaller phones, folks. These phones would be really nice if it was in a 6-inch form factor, but that's just me. Headphone jack, Type-C, speaker microphone on the bottom there, and noise canceling mic up top with this 3-camera array up here on the back. I don't know exactly what those, and obviously it came with a case. You saw me take that out the box. So let's peel this off. Gotta love it. So let's go ahead and go through this settings real quick here. I don't want to get into the phone. Let's skip the network. I'm not going to take my SIM card out yet. Let me set up my Wi-Fi real quick here, and we'll get it popping. Haptic feedback is really good, folks. Like really good. It is really strong on here. Connects to the Wi-Fi really quickly, and let's get into most phones like this, when I'm setting them up, this is the part that takes a long time, so I always cut away from it. And come back most times, but let's just see what happens right now. This is what you will get out of the box on a first boot up of a phone like this. Having my early morning coffee. Well, it's not early morning; it's late morning. This is what it does. Sometimes I set up offline because it cycles a little bit of time, and it takes a while to get through that screen on that first boot. So sometimes I'll set it up offline. I'll skip the Wi-Fi and just go into it because it's going to be checking for updates and stuff like that. I'm going to skip this sign in too, because I just want to get into the phone and get going to show you what it's going to be like for you when you start it up. So we'll turn off those, accept. We'll skip this for now. Comment in the description of the comment section if you know the fake, like the default pin that I use when I'm doing YouTube reviews on phones. Tell me if you know what it is. I want to see who rocks with me long enough to know what that pin is. Yeah, tell me what that pin is that I use on all the phones that I use for demo, like when I'm doing a review on it. So this is where it's going to come to you right out the box. This is like stock Android, really. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to dark mode. So I'm going to swipe down here and see if there's a dark mode up here. And there's your 5G when you have your SIM card in there. Dark mode. Sometimes this stuff is like right in front of my face and I don't see it. So I'm going to go ahead and go to settings, because the dark mode is just a little easier on your eyes. This is a smooth phone, by the way. Like it's a smooth phone. Let's go dark theme right there. There we go. There we go. That is it. So I'm happy to report that, you know, this is going to go well. This is going to go well. I'm hoping and praying that it goes well, man. I mean, I don't want any problems with this phone on the smoothivity. Is that a word? Charging animation. Look at this. Classic and then broken. That's pretty nice. It's pretty dope. Anyway, we're gonna get back out of here. We're gonna start from the top, and we're gonna just show you the device. So here's the device. I'm gonna change this wallpaper also. I'm gonna go into wallpapers. I'm gonna see if I can get this to a darker wallpaper. And I'm gonna go into the settings too, because this is pretty much a stock Android device. Let's go. This is fire right here, man. Whoa. That is nice right there. Like, why don't they start the phones off with something like that? You can also do themed icons. Let's see what the theme icons look like real quick. They're okay. I'd rather just go back to the normal joints for now. But this is a nice, why not show off this beautiful display with this right here, son? This is really nice. I'm feeling this right here. So this is pretty cool. So again, stock Android setup. Just taking a quick look at the hardware one more time. You got that nice little shimmer on there. Phones like this, folks, coming in at like under like 150 or less, or some of these are like 99, depending on where you get it from. These phones are fire, man. This phone is nice. It's really nice in the hand. It really is. So let's check this fingerprint reader right here, and let's see if it actually has the fingerprint capability. So we put it to dark mode. We got the wallpaper set up nicely. Let's go in here and let's see if we can get it to security. And let's see if it has a fingerprint reader. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Here we go. Let's see if it has a fingerprint reader. Device lock. Set up screen lock. So it definitely has face and fingerprint. Okay. So I'm gonna set up my pen. And oops. And you tell me if you. I'm not gonna show you the pen, just because I want you to see if you guys really know that default pen that I use all the time. All right, so we're gonna do face, and we're gonna do face, and we're gonna do fingerprint. So let's set up the face first. It's gonna be really quick too, probably with this phone. See how quick that was? That's crazy. All right, so then we're gonna set up the fingerprint, which is more likely gonna be right here, obviously. So I agree. And then, yep. I want to test both of these for you right out the gate, just to show you. Because again, these phones don't cost a lot, but technology has moved along so far. Everybody should be able to put out a good Android phone with a fingerprint reader and facial recognition. Just stay into the stock Android format, and you should be fine. That fingerprint reader set up pretty quick too. All right, so we can rename this. All right. Now let's test out the the facial recognition. Oh, I got to put the pin in for the first time. First time it's done. Now let's try it again. See here. There we go. Ooh, that's quick. That's quick. Now let's try the fingerprint reader. That's quick too. Quick. So fingerprint reader and facial recognition is just nice. It's real nice. All right. So it has RAM expansion on here. 8 gigs you can expand it to. That's pretty dope there. Oh, you can do it up to 16. So it has 8 gigs plus. What the heck? Let's activate and restart this real quick. This shouldn't take too long. So this is what you get out of the box with a phone like this. This is nice. I'm gonna jump into a little bit of the software next, and show you the cameras, because this is a stock Android phone, folks. So there's really not much to this. It's a stock Android. This smudges is getting on my nerves over here. It was like some serious, like a line or something right there. Yeah, there we go. And it's also, you can see how fast it starts up with the RAM expansion turned on now. Okay, we are back in, and let's go ahead and check the RAM management. Now we now have RAM expansion. We now have basically 24 gigs of RAM at our disposal. And that is, when you see RAM expansion, that's using the internal storage as well. So let's see how much the system is actually using. It's 13 gigs the system is using. This is with nothing on the phone. I haven't installed anything, just pretty much got to this point. And you have 654 megabytes for the storage used for the apps. So with that being said, looks like I see a sound recorder. That icon looks familiar. So that's pretty cool. You got your calculator. All these things are out here on the desktop. So there's really nothing on this phone, really. It's just stock Android. So let me see if I can long press and change it to swipe for the, oh yeah, we definitely want to do that. Home screen, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, we sure can. We can do drawer. So there you go. And now you swipe up. Here are the apps. There is no bloatware on this phone at all. There is nothing. That is spectacular. Like, there's literally nothing on here. I like that. It's good. It's really nice. Now let's see. Also, oh, I can't change the layout to the 5 grid. I really hate when that happens, man. I just don't like when you can't change it. But let's go ahead and dip into settings real quick, and then show you. This is stock Android, so it's just a basic stock Android thing here. But this is your Bluetooth connected device. I don't see NFC. You got your Wi-Fi and everything. Your SIM cards. You can run dual SIMs, like I said before. Yeah, so no NFC on here. But I guess for what it is, I mean, for the price, I guess, what do you expect? But there are other phones in this price range that have NFC, to be clear. So not that big of a deal. Let's go over. Let's look at the sound real quick. Let's check the decent sound. Okay, it was pretty good. All right, call recording, that's nice. Sound enhancements, the loudness is on. So, I mean, this is a stock Android phone, just another stock Android phone in a different body. So what could possibly make this phone stand out a little bit more? Let's see if it's the cameras. Here's the camera app. This is the camera app I expected. So let me grab something to take a picture of. Here's my Ultra. I'm just going to take a picture of this Ultra real quick. And you can switch to the 50 megapixel by pressing that 50 megapixel icon right there. So I'm going to try to keep this all in view so you can kind of see me taking it. Yeah. That is the photo. Processing time right there. Let's go. Let's turn on auto rotate. I'm pretty sure auto rotate is off. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Pretty good. Decent camera. Let's turn on the 50 megapixel. Let's clean this lens off. Let's turn on the 50 megapixel right here. I mean, processing time is good. This is nice. The 50 megapixel comes across a little bit better. As you can see here, 8160 by 6144. So it technically, and it's an f1.8. That's probably going to be the most impressive part of this phone, is the taking photos, probably, because a phone in this price range having a 50 megapixel camera, you can actually switch to 50 megapixels and get a good shot. I bet the video quality can only do up to 1440p. Yep, I knew it. That's some of the limitations of the processor. You've got EIS. That's just, that's just what it is. Turn off that sound. We don't need no geotagging either. Yeah, this is pretty much what you get. You get a portrait mode. Let me get a portrait shot real quick. I'm gonna hold my phone off camera for a second and take a photo. Now, taking a portrait shot is a little, a little slower in the processing time, but it comes out decent. It's actually a really sharp photo, to be honest. Really wasn't expecting that. Then you have a night mode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill the lights a little bit in here, make it a little darker, just to see how much this night mode actually works. Let's kill that light. And let's see here. Let's see if it actually does some kind of night. So it processed that a little slow, but it actually is super accurate, man. That is really accurate. And you think about like the phones that we have in this space. You think about that. It's kind of like, wow. These phones in this price range are taking good photos. So you've got a pro mode on here. Obviously, you got the pro mode. And since you have the bokeh effect. So let me do another photo with the so-called bokeh effect versus the portrait, because the bokeh effect ultimately is when you're taking, I would say they have it set for taking pictures of things, and portrait shots are going to be pictures of people. That's what I would assume that's what they're doing here. So let me take another photo. And the processing time, now see, this is better than the other one. So when you see bokeh, that's for stuff on these phones, and portrait is of people. So this is a clean shot, man. This isn't bad at all. A little blurring around the edges there, but it's a good look. So nice video cameras, beautiful hardware, stock Android. What more do you want? So that's a quick look at this beautiful phone right here, man. I mean, like, this is a good looking phone. The hardware is where it's at nowadays. Hardware is where it's at. This is the C50, man. So what do you guys think about this phone? Like, do you think this is going to be something you'd be interested in? If this came to the US and was free on carriers, like, you can put this on Metro and it can compete with a lot of phones that are already out in the US. Like, point blank, there's a lot of phones like this. Give it to people free online and have them sign up and they stay with the company for a year or two. You get it free. These phones are worth it because you're not paying. You're just paying your bill. So I could recommend it for something like that for sure. Even if it costs less than, if it's like 99 bucks, this phone competes with the Motorola's, phones in that range. It's not about price, but just most of those Motorola phones are low in price. And so I guess that has to be my starting point for any kind of being objective about this. This looks better than a lot of phones out today. And it's this look right here is something that companies are going for, which is pretty cool. I mean, look at this shimmer on this thing. Depending on how the light is hitting it, that's fire right there. It's good. So it's your man Jay. We guys enjoyed a quick look at this nice phone from Oukitel C50. It's hot. It's good enough for me. It passes the camera test for sure. Like, really passes it. It's really good. It's your man Jay. We guys enjoyed, and see you in the next one. Take care.